Hey guys, it's Ogman. We're back playing Satisfactory, and today we are going to be starting the steel factory. So on our to-do list here, it'll be that one. And hopefully we're going to get rid of some of this lag in this area because we're going to move one of our main factories. As you can see, there's a big traffic jam. We're going to move, I think it's the one that's like here out. So we're going to actually be moving it up to around here. So when I come back, we'll have everything, we'll meet back up top and get building. Okay, and we're back at the northern area. I built a temporary rail to get the train down here, so it's not blocking the traffic going to the temporary plastic and coke factory. So to start, we need to build these. So I'll put one there, one there. I think there's two more coal deposits here and here, right? Or is there more? There might actually be more. It'd be good if there was more. But I think there's only these four. Let me see. It's been a while since I've been up here, so I don't remember. No, it looks like it's just the four. That's okay. So I think I'm going to build... That's the question I still haven't figured out yet. So we're going to figure it out as we're going, which is where we're going to build the factory. I think I'm going to build it up here. Maybe I'll build it up over there. It's going to be a little bit of a walk for supplies, but that's okay. Right? Maybe I'll build it at that height. Okay. Let's grab the concrete and start putting stuff down as we're talking, and then if I don't like where it is, I can always move it. So this one's going to be a little bit more off the main railway than the previous ones have been. But that's okay, because I feel like I've been building the factories right next to the rails. And they don't necessarily have to be that way. So I'm going to go up here. I think this is the height. And I actually think I have a way I can... Is it green power? Or is it blue? Blue power slug. I don't know if it's still green in like the early access and it's blue and experimental. I don't know if that's how it works. Okay, yeah, this is the height we're going to start at. So some things I have to address. First of all, in the last episode, I realized I misspoke like an insane amount. I kept calling the foundries refineries. I at one point called the train station a bus station, and just all kinds of stuff. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I'm not going to go back and change any of that, but I am aware at how many mistakes I made when I was speaking in that last episode. That's okay. The other thing is they actually just announced the first details on the next update. Okay, I think I'm going to go to here. And for that, I'm going to have to get rid of my temporary setup up there. But that's why it was only temporary. They said it'll be about June, like early June. They're thinking about doing the map update. In which case, I'm just gonna hold off eh, on changing it just yet. I think I'm just gonna wait till. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm just gonna wait till the map update happens, and then let me see. So when the map update happens, I'll just log on quick and move all my stuff. Okay. So I need. The way I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have the train station on one side, or the train station on either end, and then all the foundries. I said it right this time. The foundries in the middle. And that way, what I can do is put the output on one side, and I can have the train sit till it's full and not block the iron ingot one from dropping supplies off. So that's what I need right now. Whoa, I don't know why the train's bugging out back there. Oh, just dancing. Don't ask me why I thought half of 50 would be 40. Okay, and then I need 30 motors. And half of that. And I am going to make, so one difference you can tell is I'm going to make the steel train 6 cars long, where previously it's only been 4. So the way it's going to come is now I plan. If you can tell, I'm making this extra long because I don't want to run into like on the aluminum factory. I ran into a little bit of difficulty with space. I don't want to have that happen again. Okay, so that's where that's coming. I don't care that it's on top of the miner because you won't see that. So now, what I'll do is, this rail's going to run along this edge. Now let me see. If I turn this... No. Okay. We're going to make the train station next. How can I always remember it? I always remember it when I am not building it, but I can't remember it now. I think it's 4 wide. I know each of them are 2 long. So train station. So it is 4 wide, okay. Come back to about here. No. Ugh, sorry I keep scratching my face. But my beard is rather itchy. It turns too sharp. Okay, so the train... Let's go back another one. Yeah, so they announced the next update. It seems like it's mostly going to be, they're changing the biome up over there. Because right now it's just kind of a temporary one. So I mean, it's up on the Coffee Stain website, so if anyone's curious on what they're doing for the next update. But it seems like it's mostly aesthetics. You know, they're fixing that area, they're updating some animals. They also said it's an exploration update. I don't exactly know what that means. They're changing a bunch of exploration stuff. Again, that could mean a lot of things. I know they're updating the map, which is nice, because it is, I mean, it's usable at this point, but I wouldn't say it's the best map. One thing they did mention too is updating the clocking speed stuff for the overclocking, because the way it is now, it's hard to explain, but basically, the more you overclock stuff, the more power it takes. But it's not like they want to make it where it's like you overclock it 2 times and it takes double energy. Where now if you do it 2 times, it takes like, I don't know, it's like 2.3 230% more energy. And they said the logic behind it is they don't want it so that you have to build like, so when you get into the end game stuff, you don't have to build crazy big factories to like produce a lot of stuff. So my thoughts on that actually is I kind of feel that's the point. Okay, so like I feel like do I have enough to build one of these? No, okay. I kind of feel like that's the point of the when you get to the point like where I'm at, like what difference does it make like so this place is 156 foundries. So if I double, you know, I overclock them, it brings it down to what is that, like 70 something? You know, at that point, what difference does it make? And I feel like, you know, that was always kind of the trade-off. Like, hold on, real quick math. 60, 13. Okay, so it's gonna be 13 per line, because I'll explain that in a second. But yeah, I kind of feel like that's the point. When you get to this point, you know, the point where you're making these crazy, crazy factories and you're making, you know, you're in like the thousands or tens of thousand productions per minute. Like, what difference does it make? Like, what the difference does it make if you're making like 100 or 200 of one type of machine? I mean, it saves, you know, whoa, going underground a little bit. It saves you on like some space and some resources, but again, you get to this point, resources are, I don't want to say nebulous, but like, just a big SAT word for like, they don't matter, I think. I could be using that word wrong, but that's not the point. The point being like, I don't really care at this point that it's costing me like, you know, was it like 1,000 modular frames and like, you know, thousands of rotors, like, okay. And it's just gonna be like a lot to wire up, but again, okay. So I think actually this is gonna be a lot closer together than I don't want them this close. Don't ask me where those bugs came from. But I kind of feel like they should leave it this way. Like if you choose to overclock stuff, there's a power penalty to be paid. And that I like that because then it makes you kind of like I'm not gonna just overclock everything because at this point, why wouldn't I? I mean, I know I need power slugs, but I kind of feel like it um, makes an imbalance in like the power slugs. Like it makes them too necessary. This is the way I just fight these things, and I know like there's a way with the because technically they're the powers like finding the power slugs like out in the world is limited, but the way it's unlimited is with the lizard doggos because they can pick up random stuff. I'm not sure if they pick up power slugs or if they pick up just the power shards. But then it's just you're taming a whole bunch of lizard doggos, and I don't know. I feel like they'd have to make the power shards or whatever. If they're pushing for people to overclock a lot more, then I think they would have to make the power shards more easily obtainable. Because the way it stands now, I think it's too hard to get them for the amount that people would want to overclock. Because, I mean, even like this, you're talking 70 to save, to get everything to 200%. You're talking like 70 foundries. So I would need 140 power shards just to double this building. So like just the sheer, the sheer numbers that you would need. And I know there are like a lot. I think I have about like 40 or 50 at this point, but again, at this point in the game, it's not very helpful. See, the reason why I would use the power shards is like, um, I know I'm using them at the aluminum factory, just as a kind of temporary stand-in, but like, the only time I would permanently use them would be like the nuclear power stuff, and like the setup to get the nuclear power, like to make more uranium. Like I'd overclock the miners for that, but like I'm not overclocking. Like I said, I'm not overclocking these foundries or any of the production buildings. It's really not worth it. Not through here. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the overclocking and them wanting to change that. I don't think it's necessary. I think I like the way it is. What I would say is maybe make it clearer. Because as of now, it's like this crazy math equation you got to do if you want to like calculate out the power. Like it should be exponential, but just make it simple. Like make it just like if you double the output, it takes 3 times as much power. Something or 4 times as much power. Make it simple like that. Don't make it like I think at this point where you calculate it out. Again, I don't remember the exact number he said, but it's like for double, it's like I want to say it's like 4.33% or times the base power requirement. It's crazy. So that's what I would. That's a change I would make. I would just simplify the numbers. Just so you know, too, we're doing this one. Well, that's good. So what this will mean, that's regular coal, right? Damn. So what this will mean is actually a full train of iron ingots will make a train and a half of steel. And that's what I'm trying to do with the recipes. I'm trying to get recipes where, sorry if I rolled away from my desk a little bit. I'm trying to make recipes where, oh my god, I keep getting interrupted. Where the like key resource coming in is multiplied going out. So like the key one I would say for this is iron. So the iron coming in makes more steel going out. If that makes sense. Which I think it does. I'm just going to wait for this autosave to finish because I'm not going to be able to move till it's done. So yeah, so the limiting thing for belts is the steel coming out actually. So that's why it's 13 and I did that math before. Because I actually have the MK5 belts. So what I'm going to do to save the aluminum, the all-clad sheets, because I don't have a lot, and I haven't made a factory, is I'm just going to put the necessary belts here and on the other side. So this is basically the way it's going to look. It'll be 6 rows on this level, and then it's only going to be 2 stories, and then on the second level it's going to be the exact same thing. And then I'm going to have the other rail station on this side going the other way. So I'll be back in a second, and that'll be all be done. All right, and we're back, and we have most of the constructions done, except for I didn't put the outer, I didn't put the building around because I'll do that in the next episode. I'm running into a little bit issue with this. I was hoping that I could have the train go past, but it's still too close. So I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit. Maybe try to kick this out another tick or two. I got the power onto here. All that's really powered right now is the miners to start getting some of the coal to these foundries. I put the bottom foundation, but that's not nothing. Not anything. So don't hurt myself. Let me put the jetpack on. So basically, it's just 2 floors with 6 rows with 13 foundries in each. The biggest limiting thing is going to be coal because these aren't as good as I thought they were. Well, I shouldn't say that, but just the amount of coal that I would need. I don't think it exists on the map unless you like ship it, which I'm not going to do. So I'm actually considering overclocking these, and I know I just talked all about it, but I think it's worth doing here. That's kind of why I was making that point, because like, it'd be worth it to overclock the coal, because I'm not going to get more coal out of the ground. I'd have to ship it, which again, and I'm repeating myself, but I don't want to do that. So I'll think about that. So I know too that I didn't show a lot of the building, and I haven't been showing a lot of the building, but it's just because it's so like repetitive. Like once I got these like laid out, which I kind of did in the in the beginning half of this, I don't think anyone wants to watch like what it come to like 6 or 7 hours of just the same thing over and over again, the same thing 16 times. As far as figuring the belts out and stuff, is that stuff's fairly simple. Power wise, I'm not gonna start running power till I get I need the roof on this floor. Cause like actually maybe I will so that I can at least get it going at half capacity. So I have steel coming in. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll do that between episodes, and then I'll run the final power on the second floor after we build the building around. But that's just going to run along the ceiling, so it's out of the way. But one of the funny things that happened, again, in the long span of building, I stepped away for a second, and this game, you can't pause it without closing it. So, like, I pause it here, it doesn't do anything. Oh, it still runs. But so I went upstairs. I'm downstairs in my house, so I went upstairs for a little bit, and I came back, and one of those like firefly things came in. I was dead, so I had to respawn and come all the way back. Just annoying, but I think I got rid of all the ones in the area. And then also too, something I haven't addressed yet. I had an issue with the water in the aluminum factory. The I'm trying to think of how to explain it, but a couple of the uh, refineries were like recycling amongst themselves, and they had like no water coming in. So I just kind of crisscrossed them a little bit, so that was addressed. But as far as building style goes for this, I think I'm going to use like a simple steel wall, but then I'm going to have a lot of, let me see, a lot of like small metal pillars, like on the outside. It's like I think this is going to be like an overhang, like the trains will be covered over here and stuff. But that'll be for the next episode. These orange parts are just temporary, so they're not staying. But I may put like a window or two or something. I'm getting some ideas. And then the roof, I have an idea on how I want to do the roof. I don't know if it's going to work that way or not, but if it works, it'll look pretty neat. But yeah, I think until next time, I think that's going to be about it. You know, I know kind of the episodes are a little bit repetitive, but that's just how if you really break this game down, that's kind of what it is, you know. Just building bigger and bigger factories. And if, you know, that's not interesting, then the game's not interesting. But I kind of like, I just like building big factories that, like, because there's always that problem, like, how to make this the most efficient. My solution is just build it as big as you need to. Like, if you get, you know, you have more stuff coming in, just keep building it bigger till you don't have enough resources coming in. But anyway, that's my long-winded way of saying this is what the series is, and I hope everyone's enjoying it so far. Oh my god, there's a giant spider coming. Oh my god. That's like the creepiest thing ever. That, oh my god, that was like, where the hell did that thing come from? Oh my god. I got like chills from that. Holy crap. I'm like speechless about that. But I guess that's as good a point to end as any. I guess the spider was telling me to stop rambling and wrap it up. So, for that reason, I will see everyone later. Still can't believe that thing came after me.